Hey, welcome to Sipper Social Club. I'm Jeremy, and today, how to get into cigars the most simplistic and cost-effective way possible. I've heard some people say, I love to have a couple cigars at home, but they don't necessarily want to get to the long process of educating themselves on what cigars to buy, how to store them properly, humidity levels, and they don't want to spend a lot of money getting started. But there's actually a super simple and super cost-effective way to have a couple cigars at home. Alright, the first thing, you don't actually need to go out and buy a wooden humidor. A lot of the ones you'll find online for the lower price ranges aren't necessarily the quality that you're going to want. Some of them are cheaply made and they don't actually keep humidity that well. You'll see humidity kind of leak, and I have experience with that as well. Humidity leaks out of those cheaper desktop humidors you might find on Amazon. All you really need is a really nice plastic container like this. As long as it has a rubber seal around the inside, this is going to keep humidity better than some of those cheap humidors. And at the fraction of the price, just 15 bucks, this thing works perfectly fine. All right, so the best way to keep humidity in this, just very simply, Boveda packs. These things, you just throw them in there. You don't have to worry about it. I personally had Boveda packs stay fresh in a container just like this for almost an entire year. When you have a small container in an airtight seal like this, you don't have to worry about calculating humidity. You know it's going to be the exact humidity that's on the pack. I use 65%. I've seen people use 62, 69. It kind of just depends on how your cigars light and burn with the humidity you're using. 65 works perfect for me. All right, so for 20 bucks, you got set it and forget it storage. How about something to light the cigar with? I use this Lotus Vertigo lighter, 3 flames, flip top. It's super reliable, easy to adjust, easy to refill. 10 bucks, can't go wrong. Absolutely love this lighter. To go along the lighter, how about just some butane to refill it with? You can get butane anywhere, 5 bucks. All right, how about a cutter? Just the super cheap ones are fine, they do the job. This one kind of has a backstop, so you can put the cigar in and then cut it. You're taking off the exact same amount each time. It's good for beginners because you don't want to take too much off the end. You could risk the wrapper unraveling if you do that. Simple cutter, 5 bucks, no problem. All right, so we've only spent 40 bucks. We have absolutely everything you need except, of course, the cigars. Now, if you're in the US or you can buy from the US, you can get amazing deals on cigars. I would definitely recommend buying a couple bundles. So a lot of big cigar companies will do bundle cigars. They use up the extra tobacco that they haven't used in the regular production stuff, and they just roll it into cigars that don't come in a box. Sometimes they don't have bands, but you're still getting that exact quality of tobacco. It might just be shorter filler mixed with longer filler. The wrappers might have different color variations, but you're still getting a quality cigar for super cheap. I know Drew Estate, their factory smokes are super popular. You can get a bundle of 25 for 44 bucks. It's not $1.75 a cigar. Oliva has similar things. 55 bucks for a bundle of 20 of their stuff. Perdomo, big brand, they do it as well. Theirs a little more expensive. I think they use 100% long filler in these specific ones. But if you're just starting out in cigars, you don't want to spend a lot of money, I think the bundles are the way to go. Here's a bundle I've purchased recently. This is locally here in Ontario from a brick and mortar. This was purchased from Havana Castle. They are a chain of cigar shops in Ontario. This is Main Street. This is one of their house brands, I guess you could say. When I buy cigars here in this market in Ontario, Canada, this is what they look like. They have these plain packaging wrappers to cover up what the real band looks like, I know. Here's what the cigar looks like without the wrapper on it. But when I'm buying in this market, this is definitely the best value. It's the way to go. Don't need a fancy box, just need the cigars and a good value for what you're getting in here. All right, so let's say you get 2 bundles, you spend 100 bucks, you still want to add a few more cigars. I think one of the best ways when you're just starting out is to buy some sample packs. Big brands offer samples of a lineup of their cigars. You have to try their portfolio, see what they have to offer. 2 that I would recommend, Perdomo and My Father. I feel like both those brands offer very good quality cigars for the money. So if you end up liking something in that pack, you can always go out and buy a box of it later or buy more of that cigar. Let's say you buy 2 sample packs, they run about 30 bucks each, that's 60 bucks. $160 on cigars, $40 on the setup. You spent 200 bucks and suddenly you have a complete setup. If you're a casual smoker, let's say you smoke 1 cigar a week, you have an entire year of cigar smoking ability and you spent 200 bucks. A very cheap way to get into cigars, have a few laying around, you're not gonna break the bank, and there you have it, simple as that. Obviously, if you live outside the US or you can't buy from the US, you're gonna spend more money on the cigars, but the setup, you can do this very inexpensively. But leave a comment down below, what's a good bundle cigar to get and what's a good sample pack to get? Comments down below. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Really much appreciate it. If you wanna check out some of my other cigar content, links in the description down below. Have a good one, guys.